She obviously was a very mixed up woman, this one.
Yeah, it was more.
So then I thought about him, and to start with I thought, well, he's talking to somebody, but I'm going back to my Caribbean bar, and he's chatting to somebody across the table, trying to tell them about this situation that he had. But then my brain went, when he got to the chorus part, there was all different thoughts. First of all, he was in a gymnasium punching a punch bag, trying to get rid of some of that energy, some of that confusion, some of that not knowing how to deal with this situation that he's left himself with. And I had a variety of places like that. First of all, he was doing that, trying to get rid of the agenda. Then there was extreme sports that you can do, you know, like when you fling yourself off a cliff and things like that, just to try and take away this hurt that's living inside him that he feels responsible for. But then I had him also in a library studying, trying to find out why people behave like they do. And then I had him in the university chambers, you know, lectures, listening to why people behave in certain ways. I had him in a counselling clinic with somebody talking it through with him, let me, you know, tell me all about it, what is it. So loads and loads of different ways of trying to relieve himself of this burden that he's carrying.
Yeah. Is that, yeah. That is.
I think it started that nice bit that when we were talking about the beach, the lovely beach in the first time.
Yeah, it started.
In that part, I actually had him with the woman at the nice bit, because that's how it started. He thought it was all wonderful.
Yeah.
And so that was like the bit that, and then it goes distorted after that. Except that it was more, for me, it was more his confusion and his torment. How on earth can I make sense of any of these horrible things that have happened?
If the girl, say with the girl, like I said earlier, with getting her results, she's getting her results, she's done that, and then you say you go into the dancing place, she's all there, everyone's dancing, she's got, and then you flash back to her getting her results, and then you flash back to their thingy, and she's looking happy. But or do you think that's too complicated?
I think it's very complicated. I think you could simply do it with just having photographs. So a photograph of his brother, maybe. Yeah. A photograph of this girl that he was in love with.
Yeah.
A photograph of all the ones that are mentioned that are no longer there.
You could do the holiday snaps thing, couldn't you? With it, you know, like it's a happy time.
The good times
Yeah.
I had with these people. And then maybe
where they look fine. And
he could be pinning them up on the board as well, because there's one point as well where he says, well, I'm writing this, I cried a lot or whatever. Or you could be making like a little montage of his family, and then you get some tears on it.
And then you could, if you want to show that they're not there anymore, you could go and get a headstone, graveyard shot, you know, or a funeral shot.
Well, didn't he say he was writing letters at one point? He said, even as I write this, I cry. So he's almost
writing his lyrics.
So yeah, the lyrics. Yeah, I just realised that as well. Yeah. So he's writing the lyrics as he's doing this. So would you have him in the video writing the lyrics?
You could do. Somebody
I'd have
crying.
him just crying over a picture or something.
Yeah.
No, I mean, for me, that's how it comes across. It's certainly not something that I don't think a lot of the stuff, if he was talking to someone, he wouldn't contradict himself that much if he was actually having a normal conversation.
So he's not more talking to somebody, he's more.
So I think,
confused.
For me, he's confused. Doesn't really know what he's saying, and I think, part of that, you know, maybe he's an amateur rapper. I'm not sure. Now, a lot of them have lyrics in that no one really has any idea of, and I think that particularly with the backing and that, I think that the lyrics really would just take a back seat in the video. So you would sort of have the lyrics like exactly as we described, like in the bar, everyone's sort of having a nice time, no one's really listening. You got obviously the nice Caribbean sort of feel there of the guitar and everything like that. And then, as you said, with the narrative passages, he's in a shrink's office on his own, talking to a shrink. Obviously you don't hear him talking, but obviously you see him sort of sat there, you know, talking to the shrink, and then obviously the camera's there, the shrink's there, he's sort of looking at that. Do you know what I mean? And so, obviously not looking at the camera when he's talking.
No, but that's quite a common thing for rappers, actually, to look at the camera whilst they're talking, as if they're talking to the people, telling them. It's more reality. They're trying to tell you something instead of.
But on the other hand, that's when the reality is I just smacked that whatever, and he's obviously pretty you know.
The real focus was this girl, but then other things he realised was lots and lots of darkness.
Yeah, it started off with just one thing, and then it got bigger, didn't it?
I mean, I moved well away from the Caribbean island. I wasn't on the Caribbean island anymore. That seemed to be irrelevant then. I just got the two of them and him trying to deal with that. So I'd seen maybe, I mean, for me it would be sort of, you know, I was setting it right here, you know, walking the countryside, having a nice time. or maybe going to a party or something.
Yeah.
But then the dark bits were sunrise and sunset, so there was lots of silhouettes, people moving away, perhaps in a sunset.
Well, you could like,
themselves.
if you had the party thing, you could have, you know, them all partying and he's with her, and then you, like you said, the dark bits is everyone could just literally leave the dance floor. So it's just him in the dance floor and the whole.
Or her as well. Possibly.
Or her as well.
Partying.
Or she could be on the floor,
She should be
like actually.
though. She shouldn't be. Shouldn't be able to
No,
get to her.
no, they're a distance away, and then it gets further and further away. There's a couple of little things, but images that are coming through. This is just sort of slightly random, but again, looking at perhaps against the light or against the sunset, a butterfly would be nice because it's mentioned in the song.
Yeah.
And the flower, or maybe a bird flying or soaring.
Yeah.
But those are really nice images, I think.
Because again, they're beautiful, but they can't touch them. Because I think she's like this beautiful image, but he could never understand.
Lyrics on the
Sometimes
surface,
you're
or
making
like
a point and
having-
you're saying like the world's messed up and you're trying to tell
Yeah.
people, whereas I feel like he
He's not
doesn't
trying
really
to-
understand
yeah.
what he's trying to say
He's
because
not-
he's confused by his pain.
He hasn't really got a point. His point.
So would
is
you
just
say
he's a bit upset.
the line, "This one's for the dreamers, this is for everyone," you know, when he says right at the start, "This one's for the dreamers," would you say he's talking to us outside of the
I
rap?
think he wants to be a dreamer. Oh, I see.
As in, like, would you say he's talking to all of us and everybody's
Well,
listening
yeah,
to the
well,
song?
naturally, because he says this one's for the dreamers. So, like,
So
yeah,
we dreamers.
This one goes out
I
to
don't, no, I don't think we generally, but I think there's a lot of people who live in the rosy-coloured world because maybe they've been induced by drugs or whatever, but they live in a virtual world, not a real one. And he's saying, "Hey, this is the reality.
Wake up.
This
Yeah.
is what's really
Wake
going
up
on
from the
out there."
dream.
I thought he wanted people who were the dreamers to try and do something about this pain that everyone's in.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you were saying that dreamers wake up, like Mum just said. You need to listen to this and realise what the hell's going on in
Try and do
life.
something about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But he's not managed to achieve being a dreamer himself because he
No.
can't bring clarity to his situation.
And he's
Or almost, you could see him reaching out to grab the butterfly, but you could see the
Doesn't
like the,
even need to be reaching it though, because he can just be looking at it, longing, like, you know what I mean? To
And the fact that it's out of reach is obvious, and so that becomes part of the message.
It's poetic. Have you finished?
Yes, I'm done.
I
Over to you.
felt that I felt that in the film he should be really detached from other people, not near other people. I think you need to see a lot of people looking happy or like beautiful things, sunset, nature, butterfly, whatever, that he's not able to be part of. So a bit like what you're saying about you could see the dance floor or you could see people on a party boat, his marriage plan.
yeah.
And then but when he's singing, he's like somewhere else that's darker and he's on his own, you know, because he's not part of it. Yeah, I didn't feel that he was reflecting on death. I felt that he was reflecting on people having massive inner pain that you don't realise is there.
Yeah.
So he's got his own inner pain, but the girl seemed to have inner pain. I didn't see her as being a bunny baller. I saw her as being someone who everyone thought was a high achiever, you know, doing
Happy
well.
girl.
So would you, in a video,
happy, but
would you?
actually she was going through a lot of trouble.
So in the video, would you have like a performance of her and doing like getting the grades back, getting some solid grades, you know, that sort of stuff, or would you not at all? Would you not go into that? Would you keep it at the party?
You could do it at the start, I suppose.
You know, just like you know, this girl seemed
She's, like,
fine,
fading away into the
solid as a rock, and
distance.
she's, you know, just getting some stuff and all that.
I would keep seeing her looking happy because the words he's saying are sad, and I would have the contrast that the pictures of her look happy, but he's saying, but she's on her own, but you know from the words she's not happy.
Said that, and then
So yeah, I felt there was a lot of detachment from reality, so everyone looks happy but they're not. I was a bit confused having heard the lyrics to then hit start again where he says everyone's a dreamer and making dreams happen. I thought, what dream does he want to happen? And then I thought, is he dreaming for a life where people don't have pain? And that would be maybe the studying side, but I didn't really think he was planning anything happy.
No,
I think he was just dreaming to escape reality. So rather than going for like study and sports, I imagine him taking drugs so he could just get out of reality. I felt he would have minimal eye contact with the camera, be staring more into the distance in the sunset because he's not looking at reality. He doesn't want to be in face to face with people. He's like, I don't understand people, I hate myself, I just want to look into the distance. He's struggling to deal with reality and loss. I felt like he shouldn't really be part of the crowd or anything like that, but he's looking at other people being happy and not really understanding it, and that is my notes.